Welcome to Above the Mark, where we take you from the soil to the office and everywhere in between.
We're your hosts, Jack and Troy, bringing you real conversations on farm leadership, rural life, and the big issues shaping modern agriculture.
Whether you're knee-deep in the field or just ag curious, there's something here for you.
So let's dig in and aim a little higher.
Hi, Jack.
Yeah, how's it going, Troy?
Yeah, it's going.
It's the first week in May.
It's the first week of May. It is May 6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of rain in the south, where I'm at in most of the parts.
And a lot of rain in the north.
Yeah.
Some stuff's been planted. We had a CPA call last week, and some of the guys in the south were saying that they think they're 50 to 60% done. And then one of our sales guys in the north, kind of being funny, said, I am 0.0% done. So, but the wheat looks good.
Yes, it does.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the last episode or 2 episodes ago, we talked about the We Sustain program.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had a pretty good turnout for that this year, right? We got quite a few growers signed up, a lot of acres in that. I don't know what the totals were, but
yeah,
I
think we're a little over 11,000 acres, I think.
Okay.
I think that sounds about right. I just looked at the numbers the other day. So yeah, it's a great program, and I mean, I think our team's done a really good job. Our teams, sharing this information with the customers and letting them know what's out there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more coming down the pipe of things that we're looking at as far as different sustainability things or just different opportunities for our growers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funds out there that are there to promote different things on the farm, and it's our job to kind of comb through some of that and find what fits the needs of the grower and how that can work into their programs. And yeah, it's cool. Michael does a phenomenal job.
He really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His kid is continuing to grow. My son has been, for those that don't know, I think we joked about it on that podcast, but Harvey is 0-3 at the AGrow Expo for beating his kid in the pedal pulse.
Oh, that's right.
So we got to start our training regimen here soon.
Yeah, you better get working on that.
But anybody that looks at Michael and I mean, he's like 2 inches taller than I am, so it might be challenging for me.
Oh.
But yeah, other than that, what's going on?
It has been a wild couple of weeks. I mean, obviously, geopolitically, what's going on, Iranian war, the markets have been insane, a lot of fun participation. So, we've had some great opportunities for the customers, making some really good sales going forward, wrapping up some sales for their bin bushels, getting stuff marketed for next year, even the year after that. Lots of great conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fertilizer markets have kind of been quiet a little bit, which is kind of nice, to be honest. For a while there, it was very...
Every couple of days, right?
Man, I felt like we couldn't breathe. We're trying to do the best by the grower and get them information, but when the information changes faster than we can get it out, that can be stressful.
Absolutely.
So things have kind of toned down a little bit. But there's still a lot of unknowns going into another growing season and what the fall looks like and what does next season look like. And
this year's been a little different. I think just because guys were able to plant so early this year, right? And now we've kind of been stand still because we've gotten a lot of rains. It's just different. I think some guys feel like they're way far, they're way behind when historically we're really not.
No, but the rain definitely makes it feel that way.
Yeah.
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 It's I don't even have words for it. I've mowed my yard more this year than I think I mowed it all year last year.
Huh.
It just grows.
Now, are you doing that just because you're just trying to buy time and you're stressed and let me just go hop on the
I think
mower?
So funny story. Somebody, a friend of mine, and I don't know if he listens to this, but I'm talking about you, Dustin. He's going to be going away or whatever for some military training type thing, and I'm going to be mowing his yard while he's gone in the month of June. And he just got a new lawnmower, and he was talking about, his wife's never really mowed, but maybe she should. And I said, you don't want to teach your wife to mow the yard.
And why is this?
Well, I'm going to give away a secret, and I don't know that I want to do that necessarily. But
No, you open this can. You got to explain it.
if my wife realized that she could get an hour and a half to 2 hours of just alone time and how nice that is on a lawnmower, I don't think I'd ever get to mow again.
So what I took away from that was I need to text Ashley and let her know.
No. It's hard to run a lawnmower. I mean, it's challenging and it hurts your back, and it's just, I don't want her to have to go through that.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a selfless guy. You know?
That's like the hidden secret of all men. And I just threw it out there, and I'm going to get my man card taken away.
Uh-huh.
Now, some guys really don't like to mow. I know that.
I've never met one.
Okay. Maybe they're lying. I'm not sure, I guess. But
you know, for me, it actually works out great because my husband comes home from work. He jumps on that mower, goes and does his thing. I chill out on the porch with my book. Yeah. So, you know, he has silence. I have silence. Life is good.
Yeah. When you have 3 kids at home, though, I come home and it's like, I got to mow again. I wish I could be in here helping. I wish I could do that, but the grass isn't going to cut itself. And so.
And how much longer before you teach Harvey how to use this mower?
As long as I can wait. Yeah. As long as I can wait. Mowers are very dangerous. So it'll be a while, but someday I don't know. But at that point, you know, when they're older, and I don't know. I don't like thinking about that, Jackie. That's a long ways away.
It's really not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just the other day, Harvey was wearing a basketball jersey that I bought him at an Ohio State basketball game. And when I bought it, it was like down to his knees. And the other day he was wearing it. And I told Ashley, I said, where did he get that jersey? And she goes, you bought it. And I said, no, the one I bought him was huge. And she goes, that's the same jersey. And so, yes, it does go by pretty quick.
It does. Yeah.
Even though we're in this hurry up and wait time period of spring, and spring seems to be dragging on, but it's okay. We're set up for it, right? And when it's time to go, it's time to go. And we're here to service the growers and whatever they need. And that might look different this year if they don't have time to spray. And usually they do that on their own. They might lean on us a little bit more, but
and we're ready for that, right?
We're ready for that. Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else? Anything?
Oh, you know, I mean, getting ready, going into summer. Obviously, you know, the summer always flies by for all of us. I mean, there's always lots of different things going on. Once you get done, you know, planting, then it's turning into wheat harvest, and then it's fair season, and then holy cow, kids are back to school, and it's time for the expo. Yeah. Right? I mean, it just seems like a blink, and I think, obviously, as you get older, every year seems to go faster. Yeah. So. Yeah. And, yeah. And I'm getting old. I mean, I'm 30 now, so. Yes, you are ancient, Lord.
I feel it. I got to stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Expo. So September 11th and 12th, we're in full swing with that right now. So that's exciting. We're doing some stuff different this year. Okay. We got some see and spray demonstration that's going to be happening. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. We're continuing to. One thing I enjoy about being part of the Expo committee is that it doesn't seem like we're ever just comfortable being status quo. Yeah. Right.
Trying to improve it every year.
We're trying to improve it, and we honestly listen to whatever the growers want to hear. So if you have somebody that asks you for ideas on what you want to hear at the Expo, be honest, because we take those all into consideration. And if nobody gave us any ideas of what to talk about, I don't know what we would talk about, because it's heavily based off what we think growers need to know. And it's crazy to me how fast some of that changes. You know, something that was really important last year, and then this year something totally different because of how things are changing. So
what's something you're doing different this year?
Well, the See and Spray is a big one. Okay. We're going to continue to do the market updates like we've done in the past. That's a huge win. Yeah.
And you're also we're doing a little bit different. We're going to have a feed day. Is that right?
Yes.
In the South.
On Thursday.
Okay.
So that's a little bit separate, but the same. It's part of the Expo umbrella, but it'll be on that Thursday night. Okay. The idea behind that was just trying to we know for our livestock guys up there, it's hard for them to get away in the middle of the day or in a morning on a Friday, right? So trying to coordinate that with times where maybe they're not as busy, or after feed times or after milking time, whatever it may be. So yeah, we're trying that out, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes this year. Might look different next year. Probably will look different next year. Might change layouts a little bit. Nothing crazy, but just continuing to fine tune things and try to bring some useful information. Yeah.
Good.
And like always, it's neat to get to see the growers communicate and interact with our vendors that play a huge part in everything we do, right? So getting them to interact, and I'm excited for, we have some expansion going on at Latty. Guys, come and see that, as it's going on. Should be a lot further along by then than what it is right now. Yeah, but that'll be here before we know it too. Holy cow! Yeah.
Oh well, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't have any crazy thing. I wish guys were a little bit busier in the fields, but like I said, wheat looks really good. It's progressing quickly. It's kind of chillier this week, so things have maybe slowed down a little bit. But
yeah,
grain markets are great, right?
They really have been. I mean, truly, we've had a very busy 10 days in the markets, and I think listening to my team, seeing a lot of their notes and their sales reports and stuff, great conversations with the farmer. Talking about minimizing their risk and taking advantage of when opportunities are popping up. Target orders. This is something that from a grain team we talk about all the time because the markets move so quickly. Getting those target orders in place, and when we come in, and some half of our team starts at 7:30, the other half starts at 8 a.m. But when you're looking at your computer first thing in the morning, at 7 a.m. and we've already got 40 target orders that have filled on the overnight, that's a great day.
Yeah.
Reaching out to your customers and saying, hey, you got this place, that order's been filled. Here's where we need to be at next.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. It keeps things lively.
It definitely does.
And it's been kind of neat to see. It seems like, some of the things that we've really tried to ingrain and working with a grain advisor or crop production advisor to build a plan and kind of work together on that. This is a year we've seen a lot of that really come true, and it's been neat to see some of the wins that we've had. Even though day to day doesn't always feel like that, maybe for a grower, just with everything going on in the world. But yeah, we're winning on multiple levels. The growers are winning, and it's neat to see.
Well, and I also think this is going along with that. We've done a lot of taking the holistic approach, all of our team members, and going out and working with the growers and letting them see that, okay, so we have all of these people invested in your farm, in your operation. How do we help you? And just having some of the customers call back in and say, you know what, thank you for putting me in touch with, whether it's an agronomy advisor or feed advisor or even the energy advisors, this is where it helped me. That's been great.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yes, I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
It's been cool. And we're excited to go into another year and see what's in store. We're happy to be on this journey with you.
You sound like Phil Donahue or something there. I don't know.
I'm trying to channel my inner,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's enough small talk with Jackie and Troy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're back, and today we have Nolan with us. So before we get into what you're going to talk about today, tell us who you are.
I'm Nolan Tinnell. I'm the operations manager for the grain business unit, Mercer Landmark.
Okay. And what do you do outside of work?
Outside of work, I've got 4 kids. I've got 3 boys and a daughter. So really anything with them. We play a lot of baseball. That's what's busy and taking up our time right now. We like to go hunting, fishing, just spend time together with them and my wife. So
Cool. Okay, so the people who have not met you before, you got a little bit of a different accent. So you clearly did not grow up in Midwest Ohio.
Yeah.
So tell us where you're from.
So I'm originally from Texas. I grew up. I was born in East Texas, and went to high school in South Texas, about an hour southwest of Corpus Christi. And but my mom, she was a resident of Indiana whenever it came time for college. And so I got in-state tuition to Purdue. If I chose to go there, I ended up deciding to go there. So that's how I got up to the Midwest.
Okay, nice. All right. So, operations, VP of operations here,
Mm-hmm.
grain. So we brought you in today to talk about this exciting new expansion we've got going on at Latty.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
So we are in the process of building 2 grain bins and a dryer, as well as all the conveyance to and from those pieces of equipment. So the grain bins, you're going to have one that's going to be 1.1 million bushels, and the other is going to be 1.4. And then the conveyance going to those bins and reclaiming from those bins is going to be 50,000 bushel an hour. There's also, we're building a 7,000 bushel an hour grain dryer, and then the grain legs and conveyance to get in and out of that.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot going on. Last year we did a small project on our pits, expanding the grading inside the dump so that we could dump 2 hoppers at one time, and we dropped new pit inserts there. And we also redid the conveyors underneath those pits at that time, and went ahead and brought those up to 50,000 bushel an hour. So once this project's done, one of those pits, the pit, the leg, and the conveyance to those 2 big bins will be dumping at 50,000 bushel an hour. The other leg is still rated for 30,000.
Okay.
The pit conveyance going to it, and the bin fill off of that leg is going to be rated for 50, but later on we'll have to do an upgrade to that leg. The casing size is the right size to upgrade to 50. We just need to change out the motor and the gearbox and the drives, and a new belt and bucket pattern to be able to receive 50 on that. So one day Latty will receive 100,000 bushel an hour between those 2 legs.
What is the measurements of a 1 point whatever bushel bin?
So both of these bins are going to be 135 foot in diameter. So just one of them is going to be a little bit taller than the other. So the one to the east is going to be 23 rings. That'll be 1.1. And then I think we're going 30 rings on the north bin to get to that 1.4. So, but yeah, 135 foot diameter on both of them.
What does a sweep look like that goes in the bin?
It's going to be here in about 2 days, so you can come look at it.
I'm just curious at how much corn that leaves behind. I mean, do you put a...
So we're putting spring land sweeps in these bins. Those are there's some really heavy duty industrial grade sweeps. They're top of the line equipment. So once we reclaim the grain off of those gates, it will be walk up, press a button, and that thing will go around the whole bin. We'll just get in there to do our final sweep afterwards, but there's not really anything that'll stop that sweep from moving. So
Holy some millions.
Technology is fabulous.
And what did you tell me? 10,000 tons of stone?
yeah, that's how much they dumped in that pile. Yeah, so there's still a little left on that pile, but I think some of that's going to be going for the backfill against the bin. So that beast foundation's done. They've got to backfill it after the electricians run their conduits, but yeah, they'll probably be bringing more stone in for the second bin too. So
It's just wild.
Yeah.
Watching them a few weeks ago when the payloaders were pushing the stone over and they had the skid loaders in there kind of grading stuff out or whatever.
yeah,
The payloaders look like toys sitting next to it. It was interesting
Yeah.
to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been working on the project up here for a while, right? We've done some upgrades along the way.
Yeah.
We changed out our scale. We now have CompuWay. We've gotten a lot of feedback from our customers. They greatly appreciate that. I mean, we've had a lot less.
I haven't heard any bad feedback.
Yeah, it's been great. The guys are loving that. They get in and out of there really quick. So
yeah. We've we've had some learning experiences with that. I think anytime you introduce some new technology or a change, anytime there's a change, we have to go through and even on our side, it wasn't perfect, but we've continued every time that we have a problem, trying to get in front of Greg and our IT team, and they work with CompuWay to kind of get it resolved. But it has streamlined the process a lot. It's given the farmer a lot more ability to have control over what contract they're putting it on, whether they want to, spot sell it out there or put it on DP, or if they, have a contract that they're trying to fill. That shows them on the screen, their weights as they're leaving. It's really taken out it in the system in itself. It had the old system that we had a microphone out there, but it was really hard to hear. Communication was really rough. CompuWay's got a really nice microphone that's noise canceling. So when we hear back into the grade room, takes out the truck noise from them sitting there at the window. We can understand what they're saying, and then they can hear us pretty well out there too. So yeah, it's been good. I think overall, I think it's been a good thing.
And we'll be able to take wheat in these new bins, right?
You had to bring Andy in for a podcast for that, so
And put him in the hot seat.
yeah.
So with the construction that's going on, with the bins going up, the dryer going up, is this going to be ready at fall?
That's the game plan. Yeah, I knock on wood. Our original plan was to be able to at least fill into one of those bins by the time harvest starts, and to be able to dry. Being able to get into the second bin originally was looking like it's going to be November. I don't want to give any dates right now, but everything is moving ahead of schedule. So we're hopeful that maybe we can get more than what we're currently expecting. So
good.
There's going to be a lot of changes coming really fast here in the next 2 months. It's going to get really crowded out here in the next couple weeks. But bin sheets are starting to come in next week. East bin pad foundation is completely done. Bin jackers will be here on the 18th, and they will stay here until both of the bins are up. So it should be by the end of July we should have both of these bins built.
Okay.
And the dryer will also be built in that same time frame. By the beginning of June, they will start and be finished by the end of June. So, so far we've done a reclaim, got 2 reclaim conveyors. They just finished the wet leg. They have started stacking trunking on the dry leg conveyor or dry leg bucket elevator. We have 1 bin pad foundation complete, and they are starting on building a conveyor on the bin deck to go over to that east bin this week. So it's moving pretty smooth.
Good. So by the time this is all done, how much storage will we have out here at Latty?
It's 3.7.
Okay.
Yeah, 3.7. Right now, Latty sits at 1.2. So
Without a dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big growth.
Yeah, quite a bit. The dryer in itself is 7,000 bushel an hour, and should be a really efficient dryer. I'm excited about that. We've built the wet and dry legs that are going to feed and take grain away from that dryer are oversized, so that if one day in the future we feel that we need another dryer, we don't have to put new equipment up. It will be ready to handle a second dryer of that same size right there next to it. So trying to plan a little bit for the future, but last 2 years we haven't really needed a dryer, so
True story.
we'll see what we end up with.
But that's a great thing, right? Like, I mean, when you guys were thinking about making this expansion, adding on, you didn't just stop at what's good for the next 5 years. You're thinking much farther ahead, right? Long term.
Yeah. I mean, as much as you can. I think that a lot of times you go to a grain facility and you see, these facilities were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and they continue to grow. And sometimes they ended up putting a bin or a conveyor in a certain spot. You kind of look back at it now and wonder, why did they do that? Well, the nice thing here at Latty is we have all the space that we could want out here on this area. So when we drew this out, we didn't just draw this out for 2 bins. We drew this out for mini bins, and trying to encompass, hey, how do we want that equipment to flow back into the facility? How do we want our roads to work around this? How do we want to prepare for, additional growth, and whether that be adding another dryer or adding another pit. Those are all things that we have thought about and are, I think, have a good handle on that. I'm sure that 50 years from now, somebody will walk through here and look at something and say, what were they thinking when they did
Why
that?
did they do that?
Why did they do that? But we tried as best we could.
So people who aren't familiar with Latty, this is also a rail facility.
Yeah.
So tell us what that means,
Yeah. So I worked, I think this would be 15 elevators that I've worked at since I've started here, or started in the grain industry. Latty's unlike any elevator that I've ever been at before. And it's even when I first started here at Mercer, everybody would talk about Latty. And I'm looking at it from the road. It just, looks like a 1.2 million bushel concrete house out here. When I got inside of it, when I actually started walking around, the people that designed this place really knew what they were doing. It's extremely efficient, and it was built in '78. The size of equipment that they were putting in at that time and how they kind of their forethought when they built this place is truly amazing, because we've been running that equipment even today, and it's still been viable from a speed standpoint. We're getting a little bit faster off of that, but the bones of the facility was extremely streamlined. That you have this concrete house that's capable of loading rail cars at 55,000 bushel an hour, and you can run the entire facility. You're only running 8 pieces of equipment if everything was running. The ability for blending is probably the best I've ever seen at any location, which really helps us out. And so it's a very viable rail loader, and very viable in the industry as far as speed of what you would expect for a country elevator. The only thing that's really been lacking is being able to fully service the customer with being able to take wet corn and having more space to fill their needs at harvest time. But we're loading 85 car trains in about 8 hours, and we're doing 100 car trains in about 10 hours. We've had some record trains that were even a little bit lower than that, but on average, that's about what we're doing. So, it's been good.
That's fantastic. And you have a phenomenal operations team that you've worked with. And I know one of the things that you have done since you've came in is some cross training, right?
Mm-hmm.
And getting people to do different things. So now you have a much larger team of people who can come in and help with those trains, right?
Yeah, that's it's been a struggle at a lot of different places, and I think a lot of rail loaders and just grain companies struggle with that. Trains and railroads run on their own schedule. And when they show up at a facility to get loaded, we have a time clock, and on after 24 hours, we start getting demerged. It doesn't matter whether they said that train was going to be here on a Monday and it doesn't show up till Friday. Everybody's coming in that Saturday or Sunday to get a train loaded. They give us a little bit of grace on a few holidays, but not very many. So that makes it really challenging when you only have a handful of people that know how to load the train, how to run the locomotive, how to run the PLC, and run all the equipment and do all the blending. So our grain team from Antwerp, Sherwood, all the way down to Coldwater, we decided that we were going to start moving people in and start cross training in all those different areas. And I mean this when I say this, that all the places that I've worked, the team that we have and the people that we have are the most competent people that I've ever gotten to work with. So, we went from having, 3 people that knew how to run, every aspect of the train loading to, 14 people that could do at least 3 of the 4 jobs, and 6 people that could do all 4 of the main jobs on the train there. And that helps out with when people are on vacation or somebody has to has an emergency, and they can't be there. We have a good pool of people that we can pull together and make sure that we still get the job done.
That's great. So, I mean, working on efficiencies, obviously, but also reinvesting in our people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our people are great, and as great as the Latty facility is, our people are even better than that. So, when you pair both of them together, it's really awesome. And the just kind of the mindset and the culture that we've all developed to be there to help each other out and to look after one another, and help each other meet our goals, whether it's the location that you're primarily at or it's somebody else's location. We're all one team, and we try to talk about all of our problems and issues and things that we need help with, and people jump up and raise their hand and volunteer to go help each other out. So it's really an awesome place to work.
That's great. I mean, I don't think you can ask for anything better than that.
No.
No,
Okay.
that's cool. And thank you for coming on and talking about that. We've had a lot of questions, people driving by, and you can't really miss that there's a project going on.
Yeah. We have. It will continue to get busier. So, hopefully we have some more updates later as far as timing on things. But so far things are going pretty well, and I'll keep y'all posted when we know more.
That's great. And for our customers who have never been to Latty, this fall will be a great opportunity to come and check out the place, right? When our expo will be coming up.
That's and we've talked about possibly doing some tours down there during the expo. We're kind of floating through some ideas, but I would tell anybody, if you even before the expo, if anybody ever wants to come by and they want to walk through, they want to go look at the CompuWay system, Destiny can take them out there and show them, the step by step and how to work that. I think some people sometimes get intimidated by that, but even for our new customers that came in last fall, she was just one click away, and she can still help them and do all that stuff through them. So, they didn't have to worry about not knowing how to run that computer out there. She's really good at teaching people how to do it and helping them with anything that they struggle with. But if they want to come and they want to see that system and they want to take a drive down there and just see how the truck paths flow through and where you go in, where you come out, it's a little messy right now with all the equipment, but but those are things that we're always open to do. So I hope the customers know that that if they have interest in that, all they have to do is ask. So
That's great. Okay, good deal.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And big things coming.
Yep.
And we'll keep everybody in tune of what's happening. So thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Above the Mark. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Above the Mark.
Be sure to follow us on Apple and Spotify along with YouTube, and we'll see you next time.